What's going on, everybody? It is Dennis Farrell here. I know that for the last many months, this has been a dead feed. I would be shocked if many people didn't delete this from their audio playlist library, Spotify, wherever you listen to the wrestling perspective. Before I really get into a in-depth answer of what's going on and why it's been dead, I do want to say thank you for everybody who has not put the nail in the proverbial coffin for the wrestling perspective. So, as you can tell, it's changed. I had another project that I had been doing kind of off and on, and it wasn't something we did religiously. It was for fun, called Wrestling with Sports. It was hosted by still is, Impact Wrestling's Dave Crist, a former Pittsburgh Pirate, uh, Oakland Athletic, Kansas City Royal catcher Jason Kendall. And we just added Dmitri Young, who played with the Cardinals and the Reds, the Tigers, the Nationals, and we talk wrestling and sports. It's a different kind of show. It can be fun a lot of times. We've been doing that off and on, and this wrestling perspective has always been my baby. And when Petey had to walk away from it, I tried to do it with Eli Drake, and that happened at a time when I was separating from my ex-wife, who it is what it is now. And I kind of just left podcasting. So I haven't even talked to Eli Drake, and I owe him a major apology. So I don't know if he'll ever listen to this, and I should just reach out and text him, but it's like I did ghost him, and I feel horrible. I'm a horrible person for that, and I didn't do it on purpose. I was going through a lot of stuff, and I pulled away from a lot of things, and even podcasting, which in the wrestling perspective is my baby. It's my first love. I mean, I've done a lot of really amazing things in the media world, radio shows, TV stuff, and nothing beats doing it with two amazing people, with Eli and PD. And I will reach out to Eli. And then the pandemic hit, and it's crazy. It's not an excuse, but so I've decided that I will change the name of the wrestling perspective to Wrestling with Sports and start uploading that my shows here, so you guys, the faithful, can listen. Hopefully, you like sports, but we do talk mostly wrestling, a lot of sports. Lately, we've been doing some trivia and a lot of different stuff. So I'll be uploading a lot of shows. We will still do guest stuff, and those will be kind of one night only things. Get a little take on Impact pay per view names. Uh, so when Petey does come back, and occasionally we'll do a show, we'll either name it the Wrestling Perspective on this feed, or we'll call it One Night Only with Petey Williams. Or if we have a guest, we've had Jim Ross on a couple podcasts, so we would be One Night Only with Jim Ross, or One Night Only with X, Y, and Z. So it will be an eclectic show. You guys can pick and choose what you listen to. Hopefully, you will help us get the word out again, and help grow this to what it used to be. And it was an amazing feed with a phenomenal fan base who I owe so much to. And I will start with an apology for just kind of dipping out on you guys. But now that the pandemic's here, I'm back, kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not the podcast you need, but I'm the podcast you're going to get. But if you're listening to this, just know that I'm sorry. To the fans, especially to Eli Drake, I am massively sorry about that. Uh, I, I guess that's something I'm gonna have to sit down and talk with him about and apologize, because he did not deserve how I treated him, and it was zero about him and more about kind of the mental state of going through what I was, and I didn't think it would be. Hey, look, my phone just went off. I didn't think it would be as much of a mental toll as it has been, but here I am. I promise that you will enjoy some of the shows I upload. I'll upload a handful of them now. Give them a listen. We would love for your feedback. So, thank you guys so much. Wrestling with Sports. Search for it, look for it. We really appreciate it. Jason Kendall, Dmitri Young, Dave Crist, Impact Wrestling, myself, and all the guests we can get from sports to wrestling. It's going to be a different fun show. So, thanks.